Alright, I think we should be good to go now. This is coming up eventually. Come on, man, just 290 left. Yeah, definitely am starting a lot later, unfortunately. But you know, hey, it's just 220 compared to a full 300, so there is that. Also, what is that? Relax. What's good? There is actually a pretty good reason why I was late. I was actually thinking of returning after I stopped it, but yeah, something changed it. So okay, that's the okay. I need to get the audio sorted. So that's the. I'll bring up system preferences. Mute that. Minimize that. Bring back the music. There we go. Alright. And with that, let's continue. Start the recording. Yeah, alright, let's do it. So bored. Yeah, I wasn't expecting a bloody Pure 6 update, but there was one, and yeah, I thought, well, if one does drop, then I'll do it like after the stream. But then I was like, yeah, I'll do a quick test just to get a bit familiar with it. I won't go for things like the gyms and all that, but then it kind of just turned into a full playthrough almost. But I won't really say anything except it's fucking awesome. Yeah, name is 6. I'm not even sure if you could really call it an update, but it's more like a review build now, in the state it's in, but... Oh my god, new record. Wow. Oh, dude, that is so satisfying to see now. Cause yeah, I did push it up by 10. Wow. So even if this does actually mess up, at least I do have a new record. But I do intend to go all the way this time around, so assuming nothing cucky happens like a power cut, we should be good. I was like really just scared when I was like plugging in the HDMI from the Elite back to the Slim so I could get footage for the character swap video, because then I realized after that I already had the footage, so it literally was a waste of time. Because as I was unplugging the HDMI, I had to pull the console out, and by doing that, it has happened in the past, the power brick has like slipped out enough for the console to kind of like shut off kind of thing. So I was real scared when I was unplugging it. I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna sorry, not unplugging it, putting it back in, because that was because I normally would pull it out to see where I'm plugging it in, so I'm not gonna scratch the back of it, so I was like, yeah, you know what, fuck this. I've come so far. I'm not gonna mess this up just to bloody, pull it out. I'll just, even if it means scratching it a little bit. But it worked out really well. I wasn't there for minutes trying to get it working, so that's good. Honestly, I don't think I'm allowed. How about the visuals are beautiful? No. No, but really though, from what he has shared, yeah, he changed some of the lighting for Kingdom Valley, and I knew it was going to look like really good, but it really, really does look great. It just, I don't know. Section 1 specifically for Kingdom Valley really is just seriously E3 territory. Like, it really does look like it, but like a better, like, remastered version, so. Okay. I'm not sure about Section 2's lighting, because it is different as well, but I guess it's kind of tricky since we don't really have anything like of Sonic in Section 2 in the trailer, or the demos for that matter, so it's kind of hard to go off of. I don't know if it was trying to like be a merge from Section 1 to 3, because it to me it doesn't really look like that. Again, I like the idea of trying to enhance it and just all that, but I'm unsure about how it currently looks. Eesh. Oh, nah. I know that he said he had some surprises, planned, but in terms of actual, like, currently in the demo, there is one or two that, are present there. There was one that was already there in, like, the previous build, but and I'm sure people are going to geek out when they see it, but some surprises are like, oh wow, and then there's some just flat out unexpected, like right out the blue, just a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. I think I really see now why I wanted to see Tropical Jungle in Unity on Sonic Next, because I was hanging out for that stage. Because I always knew that just imagining it in Unity would be amazing, but actually seeing it, oh fucking hell! I literally geeked out when I first saw it. I had to immediately just contact him and go, bro, you're a fucking genius. This is just absolutely gorgeous. And it is. It really fucking is. I really do look forward to you guys playing Tropical Jungle specifically, because it is... Oof. Sadly, not a very played... it's not a stage that many people play, but hopefully in Pier 6 that'll, change some people's minds. Have I talked to Kiosk about hubs? No, not yet. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna tackle that, because it's I don't know. Anytime I ask him to do something, it can always just backfire. Like he might eventually do it, but he'll just not want to talk about it, and fair enough. He's got other things to polish and work on. But that's what I mean. Sometimes it's just I don't really know when to ask about certain things. What's this? Ah, cool. But he really could do it if he wanted to, especially at this point. If he is gonna wait to release this demo for Sage, because the way things are going now, there definitely are a lot of bugs. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. It really has come a long way. That's for sure. But there are noticeable bugs, not major, but it's I don't know how to put it. It's like minor, but it's noticeable though. So it might not really change that much in terms of your gameplay or how you approach certain parts of the stage, but it's still it's more noticeable if anything. But yeah, so I can't believe a new record. That's insane. Yeah, well, I definitely would be up for something like that. Because I was thinking I have 1, 2, 3, 4 360s at the moment. I used to have 5 or 6. I really could. I'd be happy to get together a console, the 360 and a copy of 06 and send it to him. Because it really. It really does. I have to remind myself that this is a man who hasn't actually played the original game, but yet he's still remastering it, with all these resources. So it's amazing. It really is. Oof. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's the AI I was looking for, where he bloody spams his ninjutsu. Like me. I was going to mention how, even if he did add the hubs in, there is the matter with Flamecore and Crisis City. I know, Brian, you try to have a bad future hub for Flamecore and Crisis City, but I mean, to me, it just seems really awkward when you actually have a literal, section from Silver's gameplay and Shadow's gameplay for, Sonic in hub form. I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. Which is why I always had the idea of what if there was a more Bad Future look to the New City hub world, because, that really is Bad Future New City that, ends up being Crisis City. So, yeah, what if we had, like, the New City hub area, but just, yeah, made it all Bad Future-esque, which I did actually do at one point. I do have it as a console mod. And I probably could send this to Chaos and see what he thinks about this if he wants to implement it. Maybe it would give him more reason to implement hubs, I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know, maybe. But I've always liked that idea, having Bad Future New City for the Bad Future hub world. Only explanation I can think of how you would get to Crisis City and Flame Core, but Tharp. This fine. Precisely. Use the building signs, the portal to make something like a museum and put vibration mirrors there. I know that there is in the new city there is like a where the White Acropolis mirror is. There's like a bunch of like doors there. There's only one that's actually accessible, and that's where the area is where Shadow and Rouge return from White Acropolis. But basically we were meant to get those exact rooms, but for like a bunch of other doors there that are blacked out. And I imagine that they would have been where all the other mirrors would have been at one point. Oh, I mean, definitely improving it easily, yeah. And maybe that's why he doesn't want to do it just yet, because so far it's more so just porting it in and then enhancing the textures. That's about it. Like, so far, the collision is still retail. When I was going through Aquatic Base, I managed to clip through the top of the door where you can do exactly this in retail. It's a retail collision glitch. Well, not really a glitch, but you know what I mean. It's like they didn't patch the top area, so you can just slip right out. So a lot would need to be done for the hubs. And given where we are now and Sage, I don't think he'd be able to get all of that done in time. Maybe he could focus on that for Demo 4, but yeah, like I said, there's not a lot going on in terms of bugs for this current review build, but there is still enough to keep him busy for a few months. And I've got a headache. Yay. I'm a little bit disappointed with grind stepping. Because I kind of was expecting the tilt to not be there since it wasn't in the previous review build. But yeah, I don't know. He's changed it from the way it was originally intended to be, and I don't like that. It's more. You were meant to tilt to the left or right, and then use the A to use the jump button to hop over to the next rail, which now, unfortunately, that's not how it works. And on top of all of that, the tilt is no longer present, so I do disagree with that. If that doesn't change, I'll probably have to point it out in the review. So I'd have no problem with it if Earth 6 did intend it to go that way, but it's the fact that, you know, they even explain this too, even in, like, the lines. Was it at 100 miles around the hub walls? Yeah, that was pretty messy. I mean, it could have been great, but yeah, they didn't really. It's probably why it was scrapped, though. Can you put boost pads in hubs? I guess so, since springs and wide springs are there. And chain jumps even in the town missions, which do sort of appear in when you're not in a town mission, because there's like collision for it, but you don't actually land on the wall. I mean, I'm just talking about the grind step, honestly, because everything else is pretty much it's there. But because yeah, he even like changed the line where Sonic explains how to do it, which I mean, obviously you need to do that if you're gonna change how to trigger the feature. But my problem is like, why would you do that when it already had a clear method of how to do that? You know. Especially since like previous builds did actually have the tilt. It's like, man, you just completely changed it, and I don't like that. The animation looks great, how it, you know, triggers and all that, but I don't know, just you're meant to tilt left and right, and then, you know, while tilting, jump, and then you perform the animation, but now it's just, you know, hold it down, left or right, and you'll jump automatically. Which I get the previous games did it, but I really hope this does eventually change. I know it seems minor, but again, if we're going for how Earth 6 did this, that would be, the way it is, it would be wrong. What's this? It's an idea to have springs that put your triangle jump animations around the hubs. Not sure what you mean by that. Yeah, he did change the line. Like, well, he basically edited it, so it's like, because I got to try and remember what the original line is. It's like to move to an adjacent rail, jump while holding down the left analog stick, or something like that. And he like edited it so it's just, I can't even remember how he edited it, but he edited it in such a way where it now is how you trigger it. So it's like, yeah, just to move to an adjacent rail, move to jump to the adjacent rail kind of thing, you know. It's alter it to how the control currently is, which is like, again, you are literally changing how 06 was going to do it. So, some might prefer it this way, but 06 was going to do it, this specific way, and that's what I disagree with, because, we haven't seen it in action, so I feel like at the least we should have put it in, tried it out, and if then people didn't like it, then okay, I could understand why it would change, but without even putting it in, especially when the tilting was there, but we never actually had that opportunity to see the tilt with that animation with the grind step. Yeah. I don't know. Just. Okay, I'm gonna mute this really quickly. Did I put something there yesterday? Yes, I did. And I'll put something here too. Cool. Also, basically, like I get adding more like chain jumps in, but oh shit, no! Look at you, girl. Wee. Got him. Yeah, I guess. Ah. Bit of health loss. It's weird because I didn't really take damage from like a jutsu, but getting a bit slack. Yo, did the stream cut out? Or is it just me? It seems to be working on Chrome. Weird. Okay. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I'll quickly purse that to the... Cool. So, I might do some Ubisoft streams after this, because I think... although I did start quite late, so I don't know how we're gonna do for time, but I mean, still, we will definitely get 1,000 as long as I don't stuff up. But yeah, depending on how we go for time, I might do some Ubisoft stuff. Because I do have gold, so I should be able to go online. Got him. Yeah, it was alright. Yeah, I was hoping that, like, at the least we would have the tilting animations, and okay, if we don't jump with, you know, the jump button, and it just automatically jumps by, you know, tilting and, you know, obviously holding down in that direction, then I'd be like, okay, well, at least the tilt's in place, but, you know, unfortunately that's, yeah, not there. Which I do get to a degree, because it's like Sonic is like the only character who actually has tilting left and right animations. So that would mean he would have to make custom animations for everyone else. So I do get it. But, yeah, we'll see, I guess. Snowboarding has definitely come a long way too, because I knew it would, because, you know, from like the first beta testing build, it basically was like a copy of the Crisis City demo's physics for snowboard, which I do understand, because there is it saves him a lot of trouble. He just can, you know, borrow that and enhance it. And it's happened on both sides, you know. Sonic Next would like take elements from Pier 6 and vice versa, so I don't really think there's a big problem there, especially since, you know, Chaos is working on the Sonic Next, you know, project as well, so no tilting anymore. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, that's really the main thing I was hoping for. But yeah, that is a shame. Because again, the animation transition when you actually do jump, that's cool. You know, that is, it really does look, or success, can I I don't know, it just looks great. It works. But yeah, I was expecting the left and right to merge into that, but sadly that's, yeah, not there. Actually, like the Crisis City board for speed cap and more precise and movement. You've closed the deal. I mean, in that regard, it still kind of is sort of like that. But I don't know what it is, but it feels like that there's some like assistance to it now, whereas there wasn't before. Like I really had to turn to prevent me from like climbing the road, whereas like now it feels a little bit more easier. Oh, and I just realized I completely forgot to test something out, because I think he implemented something where I can actually interact with walls, not in the retail fashion where you would like, if there's a wall where you can do like a wall run, if you homing attack it, you'd be instantly on the wall. I think it's now, if you do that, you actually recover from it, which at least it's something, you know, at least something's there. But yeah, I completely forgot to test that out. Yeah, damn, Jigger kind of be tough, you know? Ah, shit. Why do I never see that? There we go. Yeah, I like literally left it on. I just realized. Wow, so like already 15. Let's go. And what's this? There's also another way to break collision like this in Flamecore. Was watching a bug compilation of PO6 and there's one area in the first cave in Flamecore's second section where you can get to Silver's huge Iblis encounter field. Whoa. Oh, by the way, could you show me how you actually break WAP to get to Sonic and Tails? Cool. Yeah, let's continue. Yeah, I should start uploading that now actually, because that probably, if it's gonna be the full playthrough, it's gonna take a while. Yeah, I could like literally leave Kingdom Valley's first section on as like a, you know, like a background kind of thing, because it really, it looks fucking incredible. It really does. Okay, so yeah, give me a second as I do this now. So okay, where is the one I was looking for? Ah, I think this was it. Because we have all that stuff and it's like a full playthrough. Oh, but then again, there is minor things that, because I did take breaks here and there, so I probably could edit that out. Yeah, okay. I will upload it there. Just I can kind of compress the quality.